Welcome to this incredibly unique explainer. Seriously, we're diving right into an absolute marvel of human biology that kicks into gear the literal second you close your eyes. Every single night, your body goes completely still, but your brain, it completely fires up and starts one of the most complex, mysterious processes known to science. Today, we're going to bring some high-definition clarity to this hidden world. We'll decode the physical and mental gymnastics happening while you rest and transform what looks like just a boring period of inactivity into a really fascinating journey. So let's jump right in. And this brilliantly illustrates the wild reality of our existence. We spend nearly 1/3 of our entire lives completely unconscious. I mean, that is thousands upon thousands of hours. Yet, despite this massive chunk of our lives being dedicated to sleep, most of us know surprisingly little about what the brain is actually doing the whole time. Like, why do some of us wake up feeling completely energized, while others feel totally exhausted after the exact same 8 hours in bed? What is the brain actually doing when it's rendering those incredibly vivid dreams? Well, that hidden 1/3 is exactly what we're decoding today. To make sense of all this, we're going to explore 4 distinct realms: the physical realm, the subconscious realm, the practical realm, and finally, the glitch realm. Starting with realm number 1, the physical realm, and your sleeping position. So let's step right into the first room of this hidden world. Have you ever actually thought about how your go-to-sleep posture affects your health? You're lying in one single position for thousands of hours a year, and it turns out how you align your body can drastically impact your spine, your breathing, and even your digestion without you even realizing it. Now, back sleeping is widely considered by experts to be one of the healthiest positions. It keeps your head, neck, and spine in a nice neutral alignment, taking the pressure off your joints. Plus, since your face isn't mashed into a pillow all night, it actually helps prevent wrinkles. But there's a catch. Gravity pulls the soft tissues of your throat backward, which narrows your airway and significantly bumps up your chances of snoring or sleep apnea. Then we've got side sleeping, literally the most popular position in the world. It's fantastic for keeping that airway open and keeping the snoring down. But putting all your body weight on one shoulder for hours? Yeah, that leads to serious stiffness and arm numbness. And finally, stomach sleeping. While it might reduce snoring, there's a massive physical cost here. You can't breathe through a pillow, right? Which means your head has to be twisted to the side all night long. This creates some deeply unnatural neck twisting and intense spinal stress. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is a fascinating biological quirk when it comes to side sleeping. You might think left side, right side, it's all the same, right? Actually, scratch that, it's totally different. If you suffer from heartburn or bad digestion, pay close attention to this. Sleeping on your left side is structurally vastly superior for your internal organs. Because of the asymmetrical way our stomachs are shaped, sleeping on the left side uses gravity to keep stomach acid down exactly where it belongs. This drastically reduces acid reflux and promotes way healthier digestion throughout the night compared to the right side. It is a tiny physical adjustment, but it yields massive biological benefits. Moving on to realm number 2, the subconscious realm, decoding your dreams. Let's transition from the physical stillness of your body into the absolute hyperactive environment of your mind. For thousands of years, humans thought dreams were, messages from the gods or visions of the future. But modern science sees it quite differently. Dreams are essentially your brain's overnight workshop. It's a place dedicated to organizing your memories, regulating your emotions, and sweeping out the mental clutter. And we've literally all experienced this specific scenario. You're standing perfectly safe, and then suddenly, whoosh, the ground gives way, you are plummeting through the air in sheer panic, and you jolt awake with your heart just hammering in your chest. Falling dreams are universally common. But psychologists link this vivid physical sensation not to a fear of heights, but to a lack of footing in your actual real life. If you're facing a huge decision, feeling incredibly uncertain, or dealing with something totally out of your control, your brain takes that waking life instability and translates it into the literal physical sensation of falling. Another totally universal experience is the chase dream. Something or someone is relentlessly pursuing you. You're running as fast as you can, but your legs feel like they're made of lead, and the threat just keeps closing in. Well, dream researchers suggest this is a textbook symbol of avoidance. That shadowy figure or monster chasing you, it's actually just your own mind. It represents a difficult conversation, a looming responsibility, or a deep fear that you are actively trying to ignore while you're awake. Your subconscious is basically manufacturing this terrifying scenario just to force you to turn around and confront reality. Let's move to and see how this builds into one of the most bizarrely common dreams on Earth: losing your teeth. You look in the mirror, and suddenly your teeth are cracking, breaking, or just crumbling right into your hands. I know, it sounds like a literal horror movie, but this exact dream happens across cultures worldwide. Psychologists connect this directly to identity and confidence crises. Our teeth are deeply tied to our physical appearance and how we project ourselves to the world. So these dreams often spike during major life transitions, or when we're dealing with deep anxiety about aging, a lack of confidence, or just a shifting sense of who we are. Realm number 3, the practical realm, where we correct sleep mistakes. Okay, so we know the mind is working incredibly hard while we sleep. But what happens when we just can't get there? The honest truth is, a lot of people who think they have severe sleep problems don't actually have broken sleep biology. They just have terrible sleep habits that are creating the problems. Let's rapid fire correct 3 of the biggest mistakes people make every single night. First, using phones before bed. That glowing screen is blasting blue light, which directly suppresses melatonin, the absolute crucial hormone your brain needs to know it's time to sleep. You're chemically tricking your brain into thinking the sun is still up. Second, sleeping in a warm room. Your body naturally has to drop its core temperature to initiate sleep. So when you sleep in a warm room, you're literally fighting your body's natural biology. Experts universally recommend keeping it cool, ideally right between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And third, late caffeine. That 3 p.m. coffee might feel like a lifesaver, but caffeine has a massive half-life. It lingers in your system for hours and totally wrecks the quality of your deep sleep, which means you wake up exhausted, reach for more coffee, and the vicious cycle starts all over again. Now, I want to ask you a question directly. The alarm goes off. You're exhausted, you reach over and smack that snooze button, bargaining for just 9 more minutes of precious rest. Why does this deeply ingrained morning trap actually hurt you? Why do those 9 extra minutes almost guarantee that you are going to feel significantly worse when you finally drag yourself out of bed? So the crucial point is a biological phenomenon known as sleep inertia. When you drift back to sleep after hitting snooze, your brain says, "Awesome, time for a brand new sleep cycle," and it begins shutting down into deep rest. But exactly 9 minutes later, the alarm violently interrupts that brand new cycle. You are actively ripping your brain out of the early stages of deep sleep. This creates a chemical grogginess and an unfocused state that can literally last for hours. By hitting snooze, you aren't getting more rest at all. You are just fracturing the rest you already had. Finally, realm number 4, the glitch realm, exploring strange phenomena. For our final room, we're stepping into what is easily the most mysterious part of this whole explainer. This is where we look at what happens when the carefully constructed wall between being awake and being asleep just completely breaks down. Imagine waking up in your bed. Your eyes are open, you can see your room perfectly, but you cannot move a single muscle. This absolutely terrifying experience is called sleep paralysis. But here's the secret. It is simply a harmless timing mismatch. During normal REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't physically act out your dreams. But in step 1, your brain wakes up a little too early and becomes fully conscious. However, in step 2, the chemical switch that turns off that body paralysis, it just hasn't flipped yet. Your mind has simply outpaced your body. It is completely harmless, though the sudden panic often makes people hallucinate a dark, heavy presence in the room with them. Now, in direct contrast to sleep paralysis, we have the false awakening. Have you ever gotten out of bed, brushed your teeth, made your morning coffee, and then suddenly you actually wake up in bed realizing none of it happened? The false awakening really highlights the brain's terrifying power to perfectly simulate reality. Your brain renders your morning routine in ultra crisp, basically 8K high-definition clarity. It's a completely unique, convincing simulation that totally tricks your conscious mind into believing it's awake while you're still fast asleep under the covers. And that incredible simulation power brings us to the absolute ultimate sleep phenomenon, lucid dreaming. This is the scientifically confirmed state where you actually become aware that you're dreaming while the dream is still happening. It's wild. Conscious awareness somehow manages to exist completely inside this subconscious mind. For those who experience this, they suddenly realize the world around them isn't real, and many can actually start controlling the environment. Flying, changing the scenery at will, it is an awe-inspiring glitch in the human system. When we pull back and look at everything we've explored today, the big takeaway is incredibly clear. Sleep is not just some empty, boring period of rest. It is quite literally one of the most vital, active, and important biological functions in human life. Every single hour you spend asleep is a direct investment in the person you'll be tomorrow. Poor sleep shreds your memory, ruins your decision-making, tanks your immune system, harms your heart health, and even lowers your overall life expectancy. Your entire waking life is built firmly on the foundation of your sleeping life. So, I leave you with this final thought as we wrap up this explainer. When you lay your head on the pillow tonight and you shift around to find your perfect physical position, and your brain starts powering down your conscious thoughts to get that overnight workshop ready, are you just going to sleep? Or are you entering the most remarkable, mysterious, and vital experience your human body can possibly perform? Sleep well, everyone, and embrace the hidden world waiting for you tonight.